Hello and welcome back to Monster Hunter Freedom Unite for iOS, where today we are going to be trying to take down that black Gravios that gave us so much trouble before. And of note, we do in fact have the silver and gold wraths unlocked, both here and offline. Or not necessarily, this is offline, but both here and in the village. So we do have access to all the quests we need in order to unlock all the urgents of all of our current ranks. So basically, after this episode, we're going back to village quests for a little while. Oh hey, there's Gravios. Because we need to kill those rare wraths, and we also need to work on a Shengaaren. And then when those are done with, we get to fight a Cantor. And we'll basically be trying to do things in precisely that order. Hi, Remobra. Still weird that there's Remobras in here. Of course, when I get the chance, I'll be using these bombs, because bombs do damage, and Gravios has health. Freaking Remobra. And there we go, we've gotten some good damage in. Having both of those bombs on the field at once was a little bit putting all my eggs in one basket, considering I did nothing to immobilize the Gravios. Thankfully, it worked out. Turns out these big fellas don't like doing too much movement if their target is basically directly underneath them. Ow. But not very ow. That is an acceptable level of ow. Ow again. So we do still have more bombs. No scatterfish, so we've just got them as they are. Okay, wasn't quite pointed the right way to actually dive out of there. Ooh, nope, not gonna explode on its own. That's fine, we can blow it up just fine. Made him angry, though. We'll save the other two for when he's less mad. Because that way we can be more sure that it won't move around so much. Ow. I don't know how I managed to avoid that, but that's fine by me. Uh-oh. Ow, that does more than I remember, I guess because the Gravios is enraged. When it's not enraged, that little poot does next to nothing. But during rage, that is painful. I do like that this Gravios seems a bit smaller than the one we fought last time. That should keep the quest difficulty a little bit down. Yeah, that was a non-raging fire poot. Did roughly a mega potion's worth, if that. Yeah, a little more. But still, it's manageable. Yeah, I guess we gotta really be on the lookout for the ash coming out that signifies that a poot's gonna happen. Unfortunately, this wing gets in the way. Makes it a little tougher to see whether or not that ash is in fact coming out. Okay, I guess I got hit by its neck. Definitely a lot easier to deal with Gravios when it's not quite as big. Because having its attacks not cover quite as large an area turns out to make it easier to dodge them. Darn tail. I wish I could sever it, but even if I could, it wouldn't have changed whether or not I got hit right there. Because I was not hit by the tip of the tail. Oh yeah, sure, just step on me on your way out. Jerk. But that's fine. We've got some traps here that I plan to use for damage, even though I've got the tranks there. Oh, hey, you just... Oh, that's right, we can't use pitfall traps except inside the caves on this map. That's not helpful. I forgot, the pitfall traps in this game were really primitive. Oh, that's a sweeper. And there was nothing I could do about that with my weapon out like it was. It's a darn shame, because I'd love to have these preys just be gone. Also, wow, I am really sucking down potions. That is not sustainable. Oh, you jerk. I don't know who you were trying to laser there, Gravios, but it didn't work. Seriously, though, that Genprey kept me from getting a kill on the Io prey with that very well-timed paralysis. And then Gravios just scored a kill on an Io prey. I want this jerk dead. I want it so very dead. You're not helping me to conserve my potion. Really? The laser wasn't even visible when I died. Also, it looked like it was going underground, not above ground. But I suppose these things happen. Unfortunately, that means the preys are going to be back. That's easily the worst part of that cart right there. Not the losing my attack buff, not the fact that it's a cart. The fact that the preys will be back. No supplies yet, right? Yeah. Seriously, I hate preys in this game. They need to chill. All minion monsters in this game need to chill. Oh, I guess the preys aren't back. Still just the Genprey here. So now there's no preys here. We'll see how long that lasts. I bet it's going to be not very. Okay, so that fire poop did almost nothing. probably didn't need to dive, but that laser can get pretty nasty. Ow. Oh. The Genprey respawned first. What luck. That's definitely a thing that I wanted to have happen. That was nice of it, jumping directly to where my hammer was going to go. Ow. That was a little scary. And away it goes. I really wish I could use this pit trap, because that would at least put its belly within easy reach for several hits. And we need to get rid of this Fango. Like, that is a capital N need. Thanks, Conga. Yeah, that was all the Conga's fault. Oh, thanks, Fango. Okay, new plan. Base camp. Because I'm not using my own healing to heal up from that. Okay. Back in there. Oh, gee, thanks for the tail. There's one Conga down. Fango still hasn't spotted us. That's good. Oh, great. I don't want to take this Gravios charge. But apparently I'm gonna, because I was running in the direction that it was going. Which really doesn't help when you're trying to avoid taking an attack. And in fact, I think it's time to return to the base camp again. Because, yeah, damage and poison. Well, the poison just wore off, but still. Base camp's right here, and that's a lot of damage. And we do have a limited number of healing supplies. But we can have a number of naps that is limited only by our quest time. Tail. Oh, both Congas are here. The Bullfango saved us. Thanks, Bullfango. I'm gonna kill you anyway, because I just really hate your entire species. There's the Fango. And it's gone. The Gravios standing in that poison puddle is not helping me. Get on out here. Like, I'd love to step in there and do some damage to you, but I'm not poison immune. And I don't... Wow, I got too close, apparently. Well, I guess we do have to do damage somehow, so... As long as we don't take too many hits, the poison shouldn't matter too much. Of course, now that he's not in it anymore, the point is moot. Darn tail. Okay, we've got a little bit of time to combine here. Tail. So what we really need is to do more of our 3-hit combo when he's doing lasers. Of course, with that, we only hit with the golf swing. I really don't think the tail should be able to sweep over us and do damage without doing any kind of flinch. Feels really cheap when that happens, especially considering the amount of damage it does without flinching. Like, any damage over a certain threshold should cause a flinch just by nature of that's how numbers work. And there wasn't anywhere I could go from that. Okay. Didn't expect to get a face flinch. Needed a flinch there. And now I'm poisoned. And I think I might want to just use the base camp one more time here. Because I have the healing supplies to heal myself doesn't mean I need to use them. Though if I keep using the base camp this frequently, then we are going to run out of time. And that's not necessarily a good thing. In fact, it's a bad thing. Like, all the time, every time. If you run out of time, it cannot be good. So it is necessarily bad. Oh, are you leaving? Yeah, he's going to Prey Town. That's not good. Well, it looks like there don't seem to be preys here right now. And that paintball was just a precaution. Dang it, a little too close. Paintball was a precaution for in case we die. Well, I suppose we've got Psycho Serums for that exact purpose as well. I would have loved to get a flinch there. Oh. Well, I guess I'm here now. I shouldn't have gone for the wing. It doesn't stay down long enough to actually do anything to it, really. Nice jump. It accomplished so much. That one did more. If the Gravios is only one load screen away from the base camp, it's a lot easier to justify going there to heal up. But when it takes 2 load screens to get back to the Gravios, then it's definitely harder to justify. This thing is angry. Next time it's got the ash coming out is when we'll use our... Or, yeah, okay, good. I was just going to say, or now, because it seemed like it was going a bit slower with that wind-up. Oh, thank goodness I was able to dive over that. Yeah, running low on stakes. You want to maybe get out of that poison? Just a thought. But I guess no, you don't want to. Gee, thanks for using the antidote horn, Cat, when I'm still standing in the poison puddle. You helped so much. This is not going much better than the last time. Still running low on healing. Still not doing nearly enough damage. Well, there's chest break number 1. That's at least a sign that we're doing damage. Dang it. Just really hoping there wouldn't be the ash there. Thank goodness the laser doesn't have a hitbox right at the start. Super Pound is not really likely to actually hit with the good part of the attack, so I should really stop aiming that at the chest. It can hit the legs just fine, but the chest I basically need to use my 3-hit combo. If I want to do respectable damage, that is. I also need to not let it do that all the time. Okay, so it looks like if it takes longer on the wind-up, it'll have the ash. It's not much longer, but it's enough to be noticeable. It would have been nice if I got a flinch there, but thankfully that attack does so little damage, it's basically negligible. That was a long wind-up, but it had no ash. I guess because it was a sweep? Thanks, Cat. Let's go ahead and use some of these. Well, just one for now. Oh, there's ash on that one. Gotta stay out for that. Ooh, that's a good flinch. Seriously, it does damage when you knock it over? I mean, I understand why, it's just... Dang. All right, time to suck down a couple of these. And then get back in there. 'Cause we got to do some damage. Might still be worth it to use our shock trap. Though not while it's raging. Definitely need it to calm down before we use the trap. Ow. Its raging tail whip does way too much damage for how quick and how big of a hitbox it is. Dang it. It looks like rage is over now. So let's get this trap down. Come on over, buddy. That's staying put. The nuance is a bit different. Really should have just tried putting it directly beneath the damn thing. Yeah, the fact that this is a black Gravios is certainly not helping my attempts to get it into a trap. Black Gravioses are a little laser happy. Dang it. Nothing I could do about that one with my hammer out. Oh, now you're doing this. Is there like a certain range where you decide to dash instead of laser? Seems that laser was going for the cat. Okay. Now, if only you were going in the proper direction, that would have been great. But no, you decided to go a direction where you wouldn't possibly hit anyone. Here's what we want to see. So, hammer out. I could go for the face, but I'm going for where the damage goes. As we learned that lesson with Plesioth, just because you don't bounce off it doesn't mean it's where you're supposed to be hitting. Ooh, that was a good flinch. Well, hey, at least I hit with my golf swing before I got hit there. And again, it was the attack that does negligible damage. Got some ash on that one. Thankfully, we haven't gotten torn apart by its feet yet. That was definitely a problem we were having with the last one. Yeah, even when the thing's raging, that attack is negligible. It's the post-laser poops that are scary. Not getting in on there. Good job, Gravios. You did it. That darn tail. has been the cause of most of our woes. Yeah, please, waddle away. Actually, don't. I prefer when you're in here. Unless the praise don't come back, in which case over there is just fine. Because they weren't back the last time you were there. As long as there's no praise, I don't mind this area. Though the presence of poison does put a little bit of a negative spin on this place. I think. Yeah, no praise. Okay, go ahead and charge at a non-existent cat. We are out of our regular potions. There are plenty of first aid meds waiting for us at the base camp. Problem is they're at the base camp. I really need to get hits. That's what I need to do. Good flinch. Dang it. Great, and I'm in the poison. Now it's in the poison. Okay, now it's out of the poison. Unfortunately, our cat didn't get to play our antidote for us, but we got cured of poison anyway. And it went from poison to poison. That's just great, Gravios. Of course, there's not really many other options if it's going to go from one wall to another. Because there's poison along most of the walls. Avoided the knockdown that time. Unfortunately, I knocked it down into some poison. Dang it. Thankfully, it wasn't raging. Darn foot. Darn tail. How did that sweep me in front of it? Like, just how? I think I'm gonna probably just take the cart here. Because that way I don't have to use my own healing. And I can get access to all those nice goodies at base camp. And there's the cart. Happened a little bit sooner than I had hoped, but as long as I don't cart again, we'll be fine. Unfortunately, that was cart number 2. But we've been doing decently well against this Gravios. So hopefully we can continue with that decently well doingness. Ooh, got some supply bombs. Those are definitely going to help. I'm sorry, we got sply bombs. Sply lug burl bombs. Burl. Barrel is kind of an interesting word when it has no vowels. Hey, look who didn't go anywhere. It's this jerk. Round 3, buddy. Good. I was close to it running away from those. That's a good flinch. Kept us away from some damage. Ooh, we've gotten the second chest break. Yay, that's a limp. All right, we have got a good chance of actually bringing this thing down. It would be 100% if we could use our pit trap, but... well, not 100%, but close to it. Okay, I guess I'll be in here while it charges. You didn't actually charge. What's your deal, Gravios? Can you not with all the charging? That was great. Ashless lasers are the way to go, buddy. This is an ash full laser. Now we've got to make sure our health stays up, because if we cart, it's quest over, regardless of the fact that this thing limped. Yeah, you hip check that wall. I don't know what it did to you, but it must have been pretty bad. Dang it. Freaking feet. That was a nice meaty hit. Be interesting if I killed this thing by hitting its tail. I mean, when it's not doing its tail spin, the tail is probably the safest place to be. Ooh. Managed to avoid it. Out. But not very out. Yay! We did it. I would have been unhappy if it took 3 attempts. Oh boy, a bulk Gravios kapuk. And a bulk Gravios shul. And another kapuk. And another kapuk. You had a lot of kapuks, huh? because the camera doesn't like to go inside it if it can avoid it. That makes sense. And because of the grass, we can't get a good look at the inside of its face anyway. But hey, we brought this thing down. That's nice. I like not having to deal with Gravioses anymore. Because honestly, they're kind of annoying to fight in this game. Not as many breakables makes it less interesting. So many Kupuks. All right. That is going to be it for this episode. Join us next time when we start fighting some rare wraths. See you then, friends.